Hey there, Mrs. D, with a quick writing lesson about the 4 types of sentences. This will help make your writing varied and stronger. Every sentence has a job. Sometimes it tells us something like the sun is shining. Sometimes it asks something. Is the sun shining? Sometimes it gives a direction. Look at the sky. And other times it makes an exclamation. What a sunny day. So let's break each one of these jobs down and look at what they're called and another example of them. So first we have a declarative. A declarative is the one that makes a statement, gives information, or tells us something, such as the dog is sleeping on the couch. These are usually ended with a period. The next up is the interrogative, and that I always stumble on because I think of like how a detective will sit you down and interrogate you, and that's the name of the sentence, interrogative. The interrogative is the one that asks a question. Where did you leave your backpack? And these are always going to be ended with a question mark. The next sentence type is an imperative, and that is the one that tells us to do something. It gives a command or a request. And if it's a nice one, it will say, please, please pass the salt. The you is always implied even though it doesn't appear, right? So it would be like, you, please pass the salt. And these are usually going to end in a period, but they can sometimes end in an exclamation point. And then finally, we have the exclamatory, where it's making an exclamation and it's to express emotion, strong emotion. That was an amazing performance. And it can express excitement, surprise, fear, or anger. And it's always going to end with that exclamation point. That's why it's called exclamatory. So those are the 4 sentences. And if we mix them up when we are doing writing, we can really create some variety in our sentences. So for example, the sky suddenly grew dark. Did you hear that thunder? Get inside the house. What a terrible storm. And so we can have some emotion and some variety in our sentences. This was a statement, a question, a command, and a strong emotion all in one paragraph. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and pause the video here and get what kind of sentence is this? Put your answer down. What kind of sentence is this? All right, let's check your answers. Number 1 was an imperative. It makes a request or gives a command. Number 2 was an interrogative. It asks the question. Number 3 was a declarative. It gives information. Number 4 was an exclamatory, showing strong emotion using an exclamation point. So these sentences, again, 4 different jobs that will help us to have stronger writing. The declarative makes a statement. The interrogative asks a question. The imperative gives a direction or a command. And the exclamatory exclaims. So for your challenge, go ahead and write one of each type of sentence in the comments, and I will comment back. And I will see you in our next quick writing lesson.